Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Vertigo Duel between Pick It Up playing as 119Y and he's going up against Bulba playing as 17Y. So basically this is one of the best divisions in the game and this is one of the worst divisions in the game. They really are on opposite sides of the tier list. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments and the game, and as always timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Bulba, and he's playing a 17Y, one of the worst divisions in the game. It's funny how hilariously badly wrong I got this division. When it first came out, and we were doing the previews, I was like, wow, this is the best division ever. And yeah, I was just completely wrong. I mean, it is pretty funny. It's terrible. It is terrible. It's just a bad version of 157Y. It's basically just the tanks are too expensive for what they are, which is the part I got wrong. I was like, wow, these tanks are amazing, but they're actually not. And if they fix the tank prices, I think it will suddenly become a pretty decent division. So, going through it tab by tab, so we got two cards of supply here. I mean, yeah, given you only have one howitzer, I guess I guess it makes sense. And then on CVs, you could get three of these, or pay 10 points more to get the armored one. Prefer the armored one, but at the start of the game, you know, that's going to cost you. Or you can pay 10 points less to get the armored slower one. Like, I actually prefer this. I don't really see, like, because this, it costs more. Yes, it gets there faster, right? And then it just explodes. So I do prefer this, I think. So infantry, so we got BMP 1P unspeakable ones. I mean, this is 10 points less, bro. This has smoke, which is nice, but I like the idea behind getting the cheaper one. But it's kind of weird. There's no, like, the whole point is that you spam out the Reservisti. 3 cards of Reservisti at 1 vet, basically. And you want them in this transfer because it's cheaper and faster, so why wouldn't you want that? So I'm quite surprised at all this. I mean, it can be nice to have some BMP ones, right? But I at least would have 2 cards of Reservisti. And then, like, so satchels, 8 guys with satchels. I don't know, I mean, I kind of like something like this. 6 availability at 1 vet, right? And, yeah, but, like, you've got this for the close quarters fighting. Because that's got an RPO and it's 11 dudes, so why do you need the satchels? So I wouldn't bring that either. And then I'd just bring these guys for the open space combat. You can bring these in the rocket one, but you tend to lose a huge amount of momentum by doing that, so it's usually not a good idea. The other thing is, like, 8 guys for 30 points is not so bad. PKM teams are really good, but if you have the ability to bring the grenade launchers, I do actually prefer the grenade launchers, especially given that the accuracy of these is going down to, pretty sure it's going down next patch, so yeah, I'd swap that out. Because if you want spam, you got these guys anyway. And then, yeah, you can bring another card of Motostrokey, but, like, this is a nice squad, is it not? This is a nice vehicle. It's got a grenade launcher on it. Is it a nice squad? I mean, it's 8 guys. It's not actually that amazing, is it? Let's face it. It's got an SVD, and it's military police, so it goes with the boys, right? But yeah, you can bring the extra Motostrokey, whatever, if you want, and yeah, okay, whatever. Or you could even bring some PKMs. RT, like, we really need to find a way to get a second Malka in here. Like, if you have to choose between 1 Malka or 2 Tulips, you might as well go for the 2 Tulips, because at least you get 2 of them. Although, for whatever reason, the HE's terrible, and like, this actually aims faster, so yeah. Whoops. This is a mortar for smoke. Fair enough. Good. So yeah, the T64 AKs are where all the CVs are. Not bringing any ISUs, I think, is a big mistake. This is like the AVRE. It's got 3 HE, and it ignores cover. So, well, you definitely want at least 1 card of those. You know, take your pick. Like, how many CVs do you need? Maybe not that many. Because you've also got this, so how does that work? Yeah. This has English on it, by the way. I don't know if you can read that. That says, like, it's like System of Destruction in English on it. And that says accuracy something something. So who knows where they got that from? But anyway, like, how many CVs do you need? Maybe swap out one of these for the ISU, because, like, it is nice against the infantry. Kills the infantry. Just bring one of them. And it's also a howitzer. And then you don't actually need to fill this anymore, because you actually have now 3 howitzers. You have 3 Katsias now. So, that's nice, right? Yeah, and then if you look at the tanks, like, this is... It just needs to be cheaper, basically. Because, like, this only has 15 pen, so... And it's got the minimum range. It actually has less pen than a T-55A. Fire's nice and fast, but it's very hard to use, because you got to get into range, and then you don't... Like, you really, really struggle against tanks. This, it gets into range. It can't shoot a Meep Abrams. Whereas this can, because it's got 17 pen, even though it's an older tank. Who knows? Recon, so there you go, there's 4 rocket thingies. And they've got ground surface radar. This lot, you can bring at Novet, really, so that you can spam out the... I mean, because they're going to get their second anyway, right? Like, these guys I would bring at 1 vet, because they're going to get there first, because this is at 100 kilometers an hour, right? So this is the first into the fight. These guys are going to get their second anyway, and you just want it sort of for this, because it fires unspeakables with mediocre stealth. And I got rid of the other... Oh, actually, I put it back. So, anyway. Yeah, I mean, you sort of overstacking the recon thing here. I don't really think it's necessary. But what else do you bring, right? This is full. This is also basically full. You don't need any more tanks. So, yeah. I mean, it's just like, this can be nice at the start, and this goes with your tanks. But there's just so much overlap, because this is reasonably similar to this, but this is better against helos. Like, it's nice to have a recon helo. Maybe some extra planes and stuff. There's a lot of infantry there, there's like no recon helo. AA, this is great against infantry. And then, like, what's going on here? It's just like, yeah, you don't need that much AA. These have overlapping roles, right? I actually do bring the manpads at 1 there. I don't know if that's actually a good idea, but basically this is, long range plane. This is against helos, and this is also against helos. So why do you want both? You might as well just get rid of that, and then you get 2 AP. Wow, now you can bring this and have 1 AP spare. Wow, I found somewhere to put the AP. I wouldn't have bet that if you've only got 1 card of them. And this thing's really good at the start of the game, right? You don't really want to be spending so many points on planes, right? And isn't it? It's nice to put this in front to soak up the shots. And it goes at the same speed, right? This goes first, it soaks up the shots, you can buy it in the early game. So I would be getting rid of... just pick one, right? I'm going to pick this one. Because, yeah, okay, forward deployed AA against helos, but it's 2,125 meters range, so it's not really going to do anything. Yeah, and then you get this, right? Let's switch into his opponent's deck. We got Pick It Up. This guy has like 1,000 ranked games this season. Averages out to like 3 games a day for the last 6 months or whatever, something like that. Actually, no, because 150 times by what is 1,000? It's like 6 games a day for the last 6 or 7 months, something like that. Anyway, 119Y, S-tier division. Completely broken division. 3 cards of supply. I won't bother with the supply helo, like, at all. And then, yeah, he really likes spamming Arty because he he sound scums, basically. I'll explain it more in game, but basically you can hear things that you can't see. He does that a lot. So he tends to buy the arty early and just do that all game. And this is crap, so you sort of have to bring this. But yeah, in general, in a 1v1, you want like that. Like, you don't want to be buying 4 howitzers in a 1v1. You tend to just lose the game. So I don't recommend that. The alternative is you could do that and bring the burrito, but nobody really brings a burrito because it's just got a ridiculous supply cost. It is really nice. It is a lot of fun. But yeah, typically this is the standard. Just up there, those. But he likes his arty, and he's very good at using it. Infantry, so you need the Spetsnaz OP, you need the Spetsnaz, and then you know, what are your choices then? BMP and Pomachiki, and then he's gone for Saperi RPO. You don't even get an MMG team. A lot of people go for a... Well, yeah, so it has to be a Sapper card. I probably would go for the standard Sappers because you get one more of them, and they're cheaper, and you've got an RPO here. But like, it doesn't matter too much, really. Tanks, so yeah, you want to open with the TO-55s. Most people bring them at 2 vet, and then you just buy these for the rest of the game. So that's all fairly normal. And he's got the BRDM2 Conkers, which is nice. Then Spetsnaz Gru for the airborne forward deployment, ground surveillance radar. Mot Razvedka, Razvedka BMP2, and Razvedka Saperi, which he brings at no vet. Don't really know why he's bringing that at no vet. If you actually want it to work as a satchel squad, you want it at 1 vet. But it's probably at no vet because... But so this is the thing. This guy is going to get in the fight, so he should be at 1 vet. This guy, you're just getting it for the Razvedka BMP2, which is going to sit at the back and not do anything, so you want that at no vet. Exceptional optics for your tanks. I mean, right. I would probably bring the Igloos as well at 1 vet and fit those in somehow. You'd have to get rid of a tank. You'd have to get rid of some tanks, but 8 Tunguskas is a little one-dimensional. You know, you can have this in instead of 4 Tunguskas because it's cheaper, or you can just bring the Igloos, but whatever. And then, yeah, AT planes. I have seen people bring this and just fire the big rockets and then send it back, and that actually works really well. And you get 2 of them in a card. And the idea is you send this out first, dies to a plane, no problem. You send this out first, it dies to a plane, well, you can't buy another one. Well, I mean, obviously if you've got 2, right? But this is 3 helos, so this is more useful. And it's like, well, I need this for the enemy armoured breakthrough. What enemy armoured breakthrough? You are the armoured breakthrough. 6 fighters is very normal because of the AA situation. You need the fighters. And then Seed HE, even though you've not really got... Like, this thing's crazy now. The price really needs to go up. Since the high altitude bomber change, it's just ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, you can bring the LGBT, and this will one-shot a heavy tank, and then it only has to reload for 1 minute and so on. But I think bringing the Seed actually makes more sense, because you want it to protect these. And it can kill helicopters, and it's 2 per card. Like, this is nice, but you can't protect it with anything. Like, you don't even have something like a rocket plane to send in front. You'd be sending this in front. So, it's either this or this, basically. Either one can work. But I think he's made the right decision there. So that's it for the deck review. Now we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. And as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so with that out of the way, briefly about the map. Blue's on the good side because Boris is easy to defend because of this hill, and you can shoot the reinforcement road from Anna from here and here. Can't really do that from here. I mean, you sort of can a little bit on Boris. But yeah, you can't shoot the reinforcements from your own zone. On this side, it's kind of a pain because the way the roads work, Red has to buy things here and then move them in. Otherwise, it comes down here and it gets shot by this building. Which Blue gets here at the same time Red gets here. And then on this side it's basically even. Red's advantage is if they take the middle, they can put something in here or here, and they can shoot down here. And they can get some recon really close and see see the reinforcements coming in and so on, right? Also, blue can put somebody here and shoot down this road as well. So in terms of the divisions, spoke about how great 119Y is. It's got better tanks, it's got better infantry, it's got forward deployment. In terms of AA, I suppose it's about the same. It's got better planes. Red has better artillery, right? So, yeah, if you're blue, you want to use your forward deployment. Just open with a bunch of TO-55s and the forward deployment and just get everywhere first. But this division, it sort of wants to play narrow, but you can afford to play wide at the start. Just a bit of forward deployment out here, right? He's not doing that. Instead, he's doing 2 Spetsnaz GRU to here. One there, one there. Like, he could even take this middle building at the start. He's got airborne forward deployment. Excuse me. I'll just edit that part out. He's got airborne forward deployment, and his opponent hasn't, so he could just get in here at the start. No problem. So I don't know why he's going here. And then over here we got a Spetsnaz OP, original paper mache. Got a nice RPG, but it's only 4 guys. Spetsnaz GRU for the recon. 2 BRM-1Ks for the right side, so it's clear that he doesn't want to do anything on the right, he just wants to attack on the left. And yeah, he's opening TA-U, which is a terrible idea, because this is 310 points, this is 1/5 of his deployment in 1 unit, and you should instead open the TO-55s, which you can get 3 of. That would be a much better investment at the start, because they're going to be firing approximately 3 times as fast. Opening TA-U is a terrible idea, because then you have to protect it with a bunch of AA, because it's going to get sniped by plane otherwise, so you got to overbuy on AA. Yeah, it's not a good idea, it just doesn't have a lot of units here. Switching to his opponent's deployment, we got Bulba, playing 17Y, and he actually is going on the left. So we've got, for the left, we've got... PKM team, Reservisti, wrong transport though. These guys, the KGB with the RPOs, 2 AA guns, Saperi in the BTR-70, and some reservist Razvedka guys. I mean, you might as well just unload that one here, because you can't see anything here, any vehicles going that way anyway. BTR-40, and a command tank. So big on Dmitry. For the middle, we've got a defensive PKM team, defensive AA gun, and a BRM-1K. These fulfill pretty similar roles here, so I don't know why he's got both. He might have just had points left over for the PKM or something. Then we got a reservist Razvedka for here. He's sending the vehicle up there. I'd be very surprised if that gets there. Razvedka BMP-1 unloading here. BTR-40, backed up by a PKM team. It's going a long way. 2 more Reservisti, 3 AA guns, and T10 MK. So yeah, he's got 2 CVs out. Pretty defensive deployment, but he is intending to attack Dmitry. So let's see what happens. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. Generously joining the channel, they get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest level is worth 2,000 views in ad revenue equivalents. They also get a Steam key for my game, which is on Steam, called Hearse Hero. There's no store page yet, but it's on Steam, and I'm giving out the Steam keys to the channel joiners. They get to test my game. It's like Crazy Taxi, but instead of picking people up and dropping them off, you run them over and bury them. So yeah, it's pretty similar to Crazy Taxi if you've played it. There's also a map editor which links to Steam Workshop, and you can upload maps to Steam Workshop and stuff. It works on my machine. I'm about to open the testing, so hopefully it works on everybody else's machine. But I tested it on my laptop. The FPS wasn't great, I'll admit, but so some optimization needs to be done there. But I made a map, I uploaded it. Anyway, so you would expect blue to absolutely stomp red in this situation. Like, in terms of like divisions, 119Y is S tier, and 17Y is the lowest tier. whatever you would call that. It is the lowest tier. It's one. I think it's the second worst division in the game. And I think this is about the fourth best or something. Out of 57 divisions, I think we've got now. Might be 55. Anyway, because blue hasn't come here, red's just going to get both of these zones for free, which is nice. If he'd brought a recon helo, he would have figured that out a lot faster, but it looks like he's noticing. You see him loading stuff back up here, presumably to send in. So the BTR-40 goes down, that's first blood. This guy is on an attack move and then an unload, so okay, so he's realised now he just unloaded that. And the Malka was purchased very early. It's very, very early Malka. Typically you'd want to spend a couple minutes buying frontline stuff before you get the AA in. Quite surprising to see 3 rounds not kill a 4 HP squad, but it is at the back of the map. The idea is as soon as you buy it, you want it to shoot, because it can reload while moving. So you get an extra volley in that way. That thing died to the T-80U, and what do you know, there's an AT plane. I mean, who's surprised, honestly? So this is why you don't open with a T-80U, it's just a terrible idea. You need the fighter coverage, and so now he just can't get anything done with this. He wants to be attacking here, but his fire support can't shoot, because he has to constantly hide it from the AT plane. In the meantime, red's going to be on the +2 once this T-10 MK comes over. And the motor stroke keeps showing up, and wow, look at that, right? There's a lot of stuff there. These things are pretty good against infantry as well, if they can get a shot off. And yeah, he's just chilling out with the AT plane, waiting for that T-80U to show up. And so now Pick It Up has to buy a fighter to scare this off, because the AA is only close range. Ah, okay. So Bulba just not really paying attention there, and just flying into it and dying. And then buying another bomber. And now we can use the T-80U, so it really is that sick. Wow, you should open T-80U, guys. Oh. So that was obviously a huge mistake. I mean, he's making very poor purchasing decisions here, actually. So this is 1 minute's income, and then 2 planes for 2... So 3 minutes without frontline units. Not great when somebody's attacking you, right? Because you need people up here. You should have bought a couple BRDM-2 Conkers and put them over here. You could even, put one here. And, or maybe a helo, that's not a good idea. Another BRDM-2 Conkers here would be nice because it could shoot this way. Maybe another Reservisti, right? He doesn't have infantry ATGMs. This can smoke. I don't know where it was going. So, yeah, I mean, this is really not looking good for red, but blue, he really shouldn't have bought this at the start. He really should have opened with 3 TO-55s instead, because they'd be fine. Oh, he's actually got 2. There's a second one here now. And a third one. So, yeah, some very strange purchasing decisions from everybody. Like I said, this guy has 6 games a day on average for 6 months. 1,000 ranked games, and the ladder was reset 6 months ago, I think. It's like July, right? January now, so look, you see how he's coming in from the side? And he misses twice. Well, what can I say? I mean, it's 50% accuracy, right? So I think 1 in 4 times it'll miss twice, something like that. I mean, he's hit it with the marker a couple times, but you would expect it to move out of the way. Typically, you need 2 markers if you want to kill a T-80U, but he's actually only brought 1 in the deck, so that's going to be tough. You really do want that second marker. But you can see it, and it's not reversing enough, so you can see it with this, presumably. And it's only got 1 HP, so he should kill that. So yeah, really weird game so far from both sides, and now, you know, at the crucial moment of this attack, Pick It Up is buying a T-80U to send on the far left side of the map, and he's bought 2 artillery pieces, which he isn't firing. So in this moment where he needs that momentum to just break through this final stretch here before all the reinforcements come up, his opponent decided not to buy any reinforcements, and he decided not to buy any reinforcements either. So they both kind of cancel each other out, and the fight continues as it started. Okay, so here's that epic Malka shot. Yeah, I mean, that's you would expect that to kill that. It had 1 HP, so... He interrupted the volley, so that means that this will now fire 1 bullet, and then continue with this order, reload for a minute, and then fire 3 more bullets at this area. So if you're going to interrupt the volley, you do have to pay attention, otherwise that does happen. So, gotta pay attention to that. So now we got another plane coming in, although this guy is overextended, the Tunguskas are back here. So you'd really want this evac in this way. Instead he flies over all the Tunguskas and dies, and he also didn't press the evac button. So this is a very strange game, but killed a T-80U, so that's just inherently worth it on a points basis. They're both 2 per card at 1 bet, I think. But there are more T-80Us than there are these planes. He's got 6 of those planes. 6 of those bombers. 2 AT-1s, which I think are both dead. I'm not sure what happened to the second one that was here that missed twice. I don't know if it died or not. Can't remember. 2 HE clusters, which are both dead. And then 2, I think that are just regular HEs. T-10M getting routed there. You see the power of these 7.62 teams, right? I mean, this is 40 points, this is 15, and this wins, so it's pretty obvious how good they are. You do occasionally in the comments get some smart arse who's like they're not OP. I don't know, people just like to be different, I suppose. Ask 1,000 people what's 1 + 1, you'll get some retard who says window. It's window. I guess if you're not a British school kid, you probably won't understand that. Although I'm not sure what those guys joke about these days. Probably just knife crime. Anyway, you can double your DPS on these by switching off the gun to switch to the missile. Having the missile is really, really good. You can do the same thing on the T-80BB, which is why... Because they buffed it, they made it 5 points cheaper. And that was obviously just absolutely retarded. But it's because a lot of people don't seem to know you can do that. So just to explain that again, right? This fires the gun, and then you switch off the gun, and then it will immediately fire the missile. Because this will reload for 5.4 seconds, whereas the missile just has to aim. So you're effectively like doubling your DPS. And the ATGM has like mega suppression on it, so in a tank versus tank fight, not only are you going to shoot a lot faster than your opponent, you're also going to suppress the crap out of him, even if this misses. And that's from Wargame Red Dragon, they just never fixed it, really. It's just a problem with the way the engine works. Basically, these two should synchronize their reloads, so if this fires, this should reload. Do you know what I mean? Like, if this fires and you switch it off, this should get the reload that was applied to this, as opposed to just having the aim time, but... Because what it is it's a barrel-launched ATGM. In fact, it would take a lot longer to fire because it has to... Because it's on like an auto-loader carousel, you got to move through all the other rounds to get to the ATGM one. But, you know, I mean, it's a... So what was this? I guess that's probably where the Malka used to be. And this was just on its way back. I mean, look which way round it is. So UAS there. So, PKM team taking out that Spetsnaz Gru. And, yeah, I mean, Bluey's in a bit of a pickle now, because the whole point was Red puts a bunch of guys here, so you have massive force superiority on this side, so you can take this. But instead of taking it, he was like, I'm going to buy heavy tanks, and just lost all his momentum. He's still not bought those TO-55s. He's not bought a single... Oh, no, there it is. Wow. 10 minutes in. At this point, you should be buying the T-80Us. But yeah, single Malka gameplay is very interesting. I mean, typically you really would want 2 of those in the deck. The other thing is, instead of the Malka, so what we discussed in the deck review was the ISU 152K. That's basically an Acacia. It's like a 3 per card Acacia. Costs a lot of points, but it is really useful because you can also use it at close range. Like, you could open with 1 and actually have it like here, and it would help with the, you know, once the infantry get to here, you just sort of pop out and shoot them, and then you can sit here and howitzer people, because it is also an Acacia. So it's a really nice piece. I mean, it's this deck has a few unicorns, and those are the KGB guys, and these tanks, and the ISU thing. Now, in a lot of cases, it is bait to bring all the Unicorn units on a div, because the Unicorn units just aren't that great. 24th US's Strike Eagles spring to mind. Those things are... Well, it's nice to have one, but a lot of people, they bring both, and they bring a Weasel to protect them, and it's like, it's just not worth it. You might as well just spam Bradleys. So, yeah. Big pylon here. I mean, it's very strange behaviour from Pick It Up. He's one of the best players in the game, by the way. We played each other recently, and like I won the most recent one, but the one before that he won. So pretty similar. That's interesting. Oh yeah, let's go see it. I mean, it's a CV, so I guess it makes sense. So, but yeah, I guess they were too far away to really... Or they were just aiming in slightly the wrong place. I don't know, they just didn't hit it right. So yeah, red, he needs some more infantry, and this supply would be nice actually, yeah. Pull this guy back, pull this guy back, and then they don't die, and then you can repair them. Looks like they're both gonna die. This one has been pulled back. Oh, what's he doing? What's he do? He's just revealing his supply. He's been given an extra chance to, I mean, these guys, they're still alive. Not sure how. Okay, well, there you go. There they go. Got a really itchy nose, sorry. That's all that cocaine I've been doing. So, at this kind of range, the T10Ms are really not so bad. At, right, super close range, they trade reasonably well. Although you really don't want to be using the CV tank against the T8UD. You want to be using the other guys, right? But... Oh no, this actually isn't because I was going to say, how did that only do 3 damage? But it's because it's not shooting it. It's the TO-55 that's shooting it. The T8UD would just absolutely cremate this. So... Oh, yeah, you're about to see it. There you go! So... But yeah, you don't want this going in first. You want the TO-55 going in first, because this is going to get mega suppressed by the Motor Strelky. Oh, look at this. Oh, that was nice. That was really good. That was really good. So, you see what he did there? The Motor Strelky get the suppression off, because infantry AT does absolutely ridiculous levels of suppression. I think it makes sense. I mean, it's good for game balance, but it is very high. And then, when he was stunned, then he brought the 2 TMs forwards, and got 2 side shots on it. Yeah, but now he should not be taking this fight, because although his tracks are broken, so he's just fucked basically. Can't do anything. Because if you're like mega close, you're gonna trade well, but if you're fighting from long range, you're gonna do 1 damage to him, and he's gonna still do about 5, 6, 7 damage to you. So. And all this time, red's just ticking up. So, you know, blue, his game plan was to take this at the start, and it just hasn't worked out for him. I mean, it was just lack of bullets. So, these things are your best tank on this div. They're a CV tank, but they have 20 pen at the minimum range, which is really nice, actually. Wow, it's missing a lot. He's on 1 HP. Bailed out, crit. What an absolute disaster. I mean, this guy was on 1 HP, he missed twice, and then he got bailed out by the guy with the 35% accuracy when he had about 60. Well, what can I say? He needs to pray more, right? Bury more bones in RuneScape, right? Get that pray level up. So, this SU-27S has been circling around to make sure no bombers come in and do anything. Is the bomber, right? But yeah, I think Red, he was a bit kind of overzealous with the planes, right? It hasn't helped him much, so... Because they've all died, and he will need them later. So, like, when that T8U got to here, that was a good kill, because, I mean, he really should have survived. If he'd come in from this way instead of this way, coming from this way, bombed and turned this way, these probably wouldn't have shot him. Or they might have got 1 missile off, or 2 missiles off instead of 4, or whatever it was. So, Pick It Up is kind of infamous for sound sniping, which is a technique whereby you can Wow. Didn't that have 6 HP? How did that happen? Alright, whatever. You stick your camera into the ground, and you can hear units that you can't see. They did fix it, but the way they fixed it, they shortened the distance you can hear them, but it's still too big. They just need to shorten the distance a bit more. I think it's like 6K or something. Might be 3K. And so usually he hits your arty dead on because he just sticks his camera in the ground and he can hear it. He's the only top level player I know who does that, actually. Everybody else sees it as a bit of a waste of time because if you're looking at this and trying to listen for things, something can happen on the front line. So typically the way he plays the game... see, like, this isn't very smart. He got that, but he lost the plane. And you gotta think long term, right? This game's probably going the full 40 minutes. Although, well, I suppose if you keep this, it's going to end in 10. And so you want to save those planes. Don't just think one T-80U is one plane good. Because, like, that, obviously, yeah, that is nice, right? On a point basis and so on, it probably makes sense. This is why you don't bring your fighters at 2-vet. Although, I suppose maybe it would have died if it wasn't at 2-vet. Oh, yeah, it's going to die. No, wow, the 2-vet. Wow, clearly incredible. Right, well, if only this was at 2-vet. Anyway, you want to save them for when they overextend. You want to save them for the late game. The first one kind of made sense because he'd open T-80U, right? Oh, wow, that was a good Malka shot. You see the AT? Look at that, there's so many people here. Is he going to get the... Misses the CV, but he gets... He got the least expensive thing there, basically. So, yeah. What was I saying? I'm sure it was absolutely incredibly important. Oh, it's a TO-55, but must have been a side shot, that. No, there's a front shot. How did that happen? I suppose this has 17 pen at minimum range. Somehow, this IS-8 has 17 pen. But yeah, these tanks can't be vetted. Makes them kind of hard to use. If you could vet this tank, this deck could be a lot better. But you can vet the other one, which is not priced impressively at all. So you need to bring the T10Ms, but the fact that you have... Because basically units at no vet are terrible. Outside of, like, AA and RT and infantry ATGMs and ATGMs in general. Anything that has to take hits, you just never want it at no vet because the suppression is so utterly terrible. It's just, yeah. Anyway. You see the thing with him being able to shoot the reinforcement road from his own zone. I mean, if this was there, it would do the same thing, but... So yeah, I don't know what's going on. This must be far enough away that he can't actually hear it. Or maybe he should stop doing it. Like, it's not some kind of, like, controversial thing. I mean, the fact that he does it is controversial, but it's not controversial that he does it. If you ask him, he'll just tell you, yeah, do it. So, another T-80U going down to the single Malka, which is now 3 vet. What? I mean, typically you need 2 to kill a tank because the first round comes in and then you move. This guy's not had his brekkie. You gotta, if you want to be the best Warno player, you basically have to be a healthy human being. Because, you know, sharp body, sharp mind, that sort of thing. Unironically, like, it actually does help. Don't play this game while you're tired, you'll just lose it. What is he doing? Yeah, you can tell he just didn't expect this to happen. He was like, 17Y, shit, I'm just gonna walk into him and win. But yeah, you just don't open with the heavy tank. You never want to open with heavy tanks. I have a guide on that called Don't Open with Heavy Tanks. And it's very similar to this. It's It's very similar. In fact, is it even out? I think it's out. I'll check afterwards. So yeah, I don't think he can... I think this is too far away for him to hit. Because otherwise he would get it. It must be too far away. I mean, it is pretty far, because basically if you're within like 3 kilometers of any unit... I think it's 3 kilometers. I should probably do some proper testing and stuff, but... I'm very lazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Blue, he's kind of out of ideas. He's just like, well, what do I do? Just sit here. Keep trying the same thing. But there's so much crap here now, he's really going to struggle to kill it all. I mean, it really is just the case that, like, so this will fire at 10 rounds a minute for 310 points. Well, this will fire at 10 rounds a minute for 180, right? It's a CV tank. You can get something like a Leopard 1 that'll fire at 10 rounds a minute for 100, or even 80. And so, if you want to kill lots of targets, you need medium tanks, or light tanks, because the heavy tank shoots maybe slightly faster than one medium, right? The main advantage of the heavy tank is it can take more hits, and it can fire very big bullets that do a lot of damage. But if you want to kill a motor Strelky or a Reservisti, well, the medium tank is going to do the same job for a lot cheaper, because the HE values are going to be roughly comparable. So you see, he knows this one's here. So what's the plan? I mean, oh no, what is that? He's unloaded him. He's told him to unload here, and they... It's like, Red, he's done a good job of taking this back and taking this back, because that really does help. Because then you can put ATGMs in. What you should do is get a BRDM2 Conk... Oh, it's a Malyuka P? BRDM2 Malyukas. He needs a lot of those, actually. Like, if you take this back and you start putting them in here... Obviously, the one here might get spotted and killed, but you put it, like, there, so that when the attack starts, you shoot him from the front, and then all these ATGMs come out the side as well. It really messes people up. So, and yeah, like a couple on this side to do exactly the same thing. This map's a lot better than it used to be. Like, this didn't used to be here, and neither did this, and neither did these. It was literally just flat. So it was very, very hard to advance it. But look at this target-rich environment. The other thing Blue could do is appreciate that his units are actually mobile units, and so he could just leave a couple infantry here and just swing everybody around here and just take this. At which point you would expect Red to counter-attack, and then you can pull him back and hopefully get him in the open and shoot them all in the open. But if you just kind of sit here, then the guy on the tick's got the inherent advantage, because you have to push, and attacking is harder than defending, right? Look at that juicy ATGM with the 2,800 meter range. So, the other thing he could do is, like, use some of his howitzers for smoke, right? I mean, he's got all these Pumachiki, where you smoke all that, and then you run in and shoot everybody. The thing is, he kind of wants the range so that he could use his tanks. Look at this, can't fire. It's on holding fire because the penetration isn't high enough to penetrate the armor. So this has to get closer. And they're now close enough to shoot, and they're doing 1 damage, but this guy really wants to get side shot. So he should just start reversing, because even if they're not going to kill him, they are going to suppress him. And once that bar fills up, you start routing and stuff. So he's got these. I mean, the OSA, you can bring this out. Ah, Malyuka Ps, this is what we like to see. And then these should now be deployed to here. This doesn't actually have AT, but even if it did, these two would just kill it anyway. They've got a lot of armor. And then you shoot them in the side. Here we go, the bombers. Oh, the fighters. So he goes for the one the OSA just killed. He should have saved those, really. I mean, but look, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. So, yeah, he needs the Malyuka Ps here to contribute, right? And the Malyuka Ps here to contribute. This should be in the forest and so on. But in general, the idea behind, you know, get him in close range combat with the tank, like, this should pull back so that it doesn't just die, right? Malka's getting good shots on the enemy AA. Enemy CV got in and just immediately died to a T10M. You see the power of these things, right? So, like, you should have one like here, basically. This was on low altitude, I think. Now it's on raised altitude. And, like, why are these at the back? This is the... Oh, man, what can you do, eh? So, yeah, you over here just slowly shooting these guys, because he keeps sending them over here, and they're coming down this road and just getting shot, so... Another thing you can do if you're red is just start smoking everywhere. That's always a nice... I'll try spinning. I'll try smoking everywhere. That's a good trick. And it does work. Because, you know, you smoke here, get a CV in here. Oh no, he forgot to move the Malka. He forgot to move the Malka. I don't think he's getting out of this one. He's still not moving it, actually. If he'd started reversing at the start, he might have got out. But no, he's just... What? Okay, it does go down there to the last bullet. And this is looking actually pretty grim for red now. I mean, because there's nobody here. So this, you need to cut your losses at this point. But imagine if these were there before, right? Look, wow, he got side shot and died, right? I mean, so if these were there before, that would have been great. If these were there before, that would have been great. Maybe this wouldn't have fallen, but like, you need to cut your losses at this point. The zone's lost, don't just walk in and die. Oh man, he's walking in and dying. Is this actually gonna work? Like, what the fuck? No, no, this is gonna kill him now. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, basically you should be giving up and just holding this now, because all that's happened now is the ticker stopped. Right, Blue's got 12 minutes to get 1900 points on the board. It's a tall order. I think he basically needs every zone. So he's got the fighters up to help his push. This thing is going for the CV. I would be saving that. I mean, he couldn't even see it, and you know, he needs. You just gotta. It's so easy to get caught up in the moment. But you just got to think, like, look at the score. He has to get 1900 points somehow. How's he going to do that? He's got to take more zones, which means you will get the opportunity to use that plane when all these guys conga line down here. Why is he still going in? He must have bought these before that happened. But yeah, smoking the whole map's generally a good tactic for slowing everything down if you're just trying to buy time. It depends what kind of composition you have, right? If you have more ATGMs, you don't really want to be smoking, because smoke is, you know, good against ATGMs, right? Cuts down the line of sight, and then you lose your range advantage, and then the tank guns shoot you. Not sure what's going on here. Are they on move orders or something? Why aren't they engaging? Why? I mean, if you just gave this an attack move order, it's... What's going on there? I mean, it's stopped now, but he's also got the minimum range problem. What's going on? What the heck's going on there? Right, okay. So, Blue attacking over here now. But yeah, I don't think you get infantry ATGMs as Red's division. Hello. Can you not see that? Well, he needs to move this up so he can see it. Oh dear. So what? I mean, what's Blue's plan here? He's got 10 minutes. It is possible. It is possible on a plus, because if you take this, it's a +4. And then +6, right? 10 minutes, 600 seconds, divided by 1.5 is about 400, times by 4 is 1600. Oh. It's not enough. Wait, hang on. We're times it by 8, weren't we? What? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8. It's 8. So 8 times by 400 is 3200. What? Oh, that can't be right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got loads of time. I mean, you got loads of opportunity. You don't really have that much time. Is that right? +8. Yeah, because this will give you a +4, +5, +6, +7, +8. 600 seconds is 10 minutes. Divided by 1.5 is 400. I'm pretty sure. Let's check that. 600 divided by... Oh, 600 divided by 1.5. Yeah, it's 400. Times by 8 is 3,200, right? Oops, sounds about 8. Yeah, 3,200. So he's got time. You can do it no, you couldn't really do it in 5 minutes. But that implies you've got all the zones, which means you really need to start taking the zones right now. Preferably starting with this one, but he took too long, and now there's like 10 billion guys here. I mean, he's gonna have a tough time just killing everybody in time, basically. Tank CV being walked into the 21 AP original paper mache. He's noticed his mistake there. All he's got to do is buy time. You switch into time buying mode, that's when you start smoking the shit out of everything. You just get this back in, smoke all that. You don't really want to be smoking here because, yeah, obviously you won't be able to shoot them. Although, you don't have any ATGM, so actually, yes, you do want to be smoking all this. And then you want the gap to be just before this, and then they come through here, and you bam, 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 with all the T10Ms or whatever he's got left. Where's he going? He's leaving the zone. He's leaving the zone. Okay, I suppose that makes sense, though. I mean, there's an OP Spetsnaz coming. You might as well pull it back to here. But you actually do have to commit to that. You don't want to just sit there. You want to use the time you've bought to... There we go. BRM 1K, slowly killing this Saperi. That'll take a few minutes. You need to make sure that the T80U doesn't get you while you're en route. I think it's still got its smoke, the T64, so it's the only tank this division gets that gets smoke, I think. Yeah, this doesn't get it. So he should get there. Yeah, pick it up has got to pick up the pace. Should be a games journalist. I suppose I am. In a kind of retarded way. So you see the advantage of having these things like slightly back, right? So if you leave it here, the T80UD shoots you. What you do is you just retreat it to about there. Or like, oh no, smoke's coming in. To about there, right? And then that, yes, perfect. Because then this can't help, right? And you just shoot them in the sides as they come in. So really good position in there from Grom, also known as Bulba. You don't want two guys in the same building because they'll take mixed damage. And look, he's got the... Yeah, this is good stuff, right? The ATG. Okay. But, you know, the idea was nice, right? Oh, wow, he's actually engaging here. Will he get the side shot? I mean, it's a close range. Is it going to turn in time? Ah! It did, but, you know, you need to smoke now, mate. Oh, dear. I think that was a side shot. I don't think it would have done so much damage against... But yeah, 7 armor plus ERA, even at that range, obviously is going to be quite survivable, so... Yeah. So Helo's coming in, smoke is out, right? You don't get smoke mortars this division. So you got to use the... You get the Vasilek, which smokes in Wargame Red Dragon, but does not smoke in this game. And you get the Gvozdika, which is better at smoking than these things, but is still not great at smoking. So, yes, move these for... Yes, perfect positioning there. You see... Oh. Almost perfect positioning there. I mean, obviously you just died because you fucked it up, but... You know, it was the thought that counts. He needs more tanks. And yeah, you see the way he's doing it. So yeah, I mean, 4 minutes. He's on a +4. I think he needs all of it, right? For 1,600 points in 5 minutes. He needs all of it. He needs this zone. So really, these guys should be just smoking and... Oh, whoa, look at that. Epic side shot, etc. You should be firing the howitzers to just smoke in a big long line and just fast moving this in. Worry about the rest of it later. You need the points now or you're going to lose. Okay, that was pretty funny. He just got a spalling crit there that just killed his last CV. And he got bailed out before on his CV, so yeah, what can I say? He might have some more CVs actually. The guy brings... He brings like 12. because it was 6 T64 AKs, 3 T10Ms, it's 1 card, so that's 9, and then 3 Belazors, the little Jeep thing. I'm expecting to see a Belazor coming down here, but yeah, I mean, it's really hard. Honestly, like, we're pretty chill just watching this. Very entertaining game. T80U going down there to the side shots, right? From a 15 AP. But when you're in the moment, it's very, very hard to think rationally. Basically, the best way to do it is to essentially just play loads and loads of games as one division. And then you can't be panicked, you have high cohesion. You basically, your vet level goes up, so you're vet 3. Watching Hippie videos is like having military police. You get your cohesion back fast. but yeah, if you just play loads of things, I mean, it's the same with everything. It's the same with any game, any skill, any... Oh, that was another good side shot there. So yeah, it looks like it's just not enough for blue. If he'd been 5 minutes faster, he would have won this game. But he just can't do it now, I don't think. Even if he gets a +8 now, you know. So what? 2 minutes 30, just 210 divided by 1.5 is like, call it 150. I know it's not. Times by 8. 1500. It's like 1300. Actually, yeah. Actually, I think he probably can do it. I think he can. He's running out of time, though. Depends. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, the time is obviously going down. Well, it could be another juicy side shot. Bam! No, he aimed for the wrong one. He did actually get it, but it's just... There's also 3 CVs there, so he'd have to put some welly into it. He's getting in. Where's that Belazor? Must have used them all. Yeah, no, he's just bought one for this side. He's bought the smoke mortars. It's too late. So it's going to be +8 with 1 minute 30. This is going to be close. Because look, 4 minutes till total victory. That's 1,200 points in 4 minutes. Or 4 minutes 40. Which is 600 points in 2 minutes. Which is not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. So we'll just speed it up a bit, because I'm pretty sure this... Yeah, I don't think it's enough. Because, like, yeah, he's definitely taken this, right? There's just so much crap there. Massive red death, but yeah, he just ran out of time. Very, very impressive game. 10,000 kills. Very, very impressive game from Bulba. Very impressive game. 100 games of 17... There you go, so he's untiltable. He's got that high veterancy. 100 games of 17Y potentially, I don't know. Yeah, I mean... It's one NATO game. Wonder what that was. Pick it up. 1,000 ranked games this season, right? 10 times more games than this guy in the last 6 months. Tends to always play heavy divs. Plenty of total games. That Malka put in serious work. That was a really good game. I really liked the TA10M side shots, but yeah, 2 Malkas, or even those ISUs. That's pretty funny. Got some liposuction there. Wow, this one's even worse. How did he kill the helos? I think that was at the end. He was just landing everything and so on. I'd say this is making me want to play 17Y, but it's not. What a horror show. If you'd been playing any other div, that would have been so much easier. Could you imagine if he was like 9th US and he did that? The Cook V just goes, just kills everything. Anyway, I'll see you around. GG.